Hello my friend, welcome to my HFSI zip. I hope that you are well. As you can see, we have start to learn a lot of things in JavaScript, and we continue. There is a lot of things. Okay, it is just the basic concept, the fundamental. So we already saw two ways of writing conditionals: the regular if-else statement and the switch statement. But there is another one, and that is the conditional operator. And this one is really nice, huh? So let's check it, how it works. So the conditional operator allows us to write something similar to an if-else statement, but all in one line. So let's again start by defining the age variable to 23. Okay? And now let's write age greater than or equal to 18. So this is your or test to check whether the age is at least 18. So basically if the person is full age. And then after this condition we use question mark. Okay? And then here we write essentially our if block. So that's the code that we want to be executed in the case that this condition here is true. So let's say console.log I like to travel. Okay, I'll some emoticon if you like. I don't know if I have it. Yeah, this one for example. Good. Okay, but is no here, no semicolon. So basically, if the person is a full age, then they are allowed to travel. In this if block, so to say, we can only have essentially one line of code. So only one thing can be done if this condition is true. Then we also need basically a mandatory else block here. And that goes after this colon. Okay? We write a colon and we write the else block. So let's just copy paste our console log. And just here just say I like to swim. Okay, with semicolon always. I have the swim, I think. Yeah, this one. Okay, and here I have finished my conditional operator. So let's check the result and then analyze this bit more. So let's say, see, I like to travel. Okay, so in fact what gets logged in the console is I like to travel, and that's because the age is 23. And so this condition is true. Of course, the formatter put it in the other line, but it is in one line, something like this. Just a formatter do it automatically, yeah, but it is in one line, okay? So the second part here, after the colon, is the else block. Okay, so now if I change this one to 15, I got the else block. I mean, I like to swim. Here is it. Okay, so that's essentially writing an if-else statement all in one line. But instead of using statement, we use this conditional operator. And the conditional operator is also called the ternary operator because it has three parts. Unlike other operators, for example, the plus operator has only two parts. For example, 1 plus 2. And here we have this part, and the condition part, and the if block, if it's true, and the else block. So we have three parts here. Okay, now the condition operator is in fact an operator just as the name says, And remember that an operator always produces a value. So in other words, an operator is an expression, right? So what this means is that if we have a value, we can then assign that value to a variable. So with this, we can make the ternary operator really useful to basically conditionally declare variables. So what we did here is not so much used indeed, but instead we do it more like this. So you will still test if age is greater or equal to 18. So checking if the person is full age, and that's if it's true, then we just put this one. I just return this, I just use this one. Okay, else, colon, swim. This one. Okay? So again, this whole operator here is now an expression. An expression produces a value. And so now we can go ahead and store this that value into a variable. So I call it, for example, hobby. Okay, like this. And then we can log it to the console. Oops. Console to see log, and here hobby. So let's comment this part. I don't need it now. I deal with like this. And now I will check the result. Indeed, I got swim because it is 15 and it's less than 18, so I got this part. Okay? And if I will change it to 23, I got the travel. Great. So hobby is now really defined conditionally based on this condition of the age. And all in one simple line. So without the conditional operator, you would have to use an if-else statement, and with that, this wouldn't be so easy. Remember, when we want to declare a variable inside of an if or an else block, we need first to declare the variable outside. So let's actually do that. So simply call it hobby2, for example. Oops, I was in the console. Okay, hobby const hobby2. Okay, and then we will say if no age is greater or equal to 18, like this. So here what I will do, I will make hobby2 equal to travel, else it equal to swim. So it's simple like this, else equal to swim. So something like this. Okay, and again we need to define a hobby2 variable outside of the if and the else block, because my variable that we define inside of the block, it is not available outside. So we declare the variable here, and then we assign it inside of the blocks. So just to make sure it works, let's log this hobby2 in the console. Log hobby2. Okay. We really just did this for the sake of comparison, huh? So let's see, and they have missing a const declaration. Where is the problem here? Of course, yeah. I have changed the variable here, so it is let. It It is not const, of course. Sorry. Okay. So let's see again. I have travel, so it is the same. Okay. So just you can see the tremendous difference that the ternary operator introduced here in our code. So if you ask me, this one here is a lot easier to understand and a lot easier to write? Yeah, of course. So just changing this to something else here. Okay. In both cases we get, of course, we get the water. The swim. If I change it, of course. So using the ternary operator, we were really able to transform this if-else block, this big block, all into one small operation, like this. And this is gonna be useful in so many cases, and we will really take advantage of this through the rest of the entire course. You will see this. And now we can take it even further, because since the ternary operator is really an expression, we can now use it, for example, in template literal. So using the ternary operator, which produces a value, we can actually have conditional inside of template literals. Yeah. So let's simply try that. So I just copy this one. I will change it after. So here, what I will do, what I have, I write I like to, like this. And so based on the age, of course, I can say if I like to travel or to swim. So I added placeholder. And here in placeholder, remember, I can put any expression that I want. And this here an expression, again, because it produces a value. So I just grab this code from here and I put it here directly. Good. Oops, of course, without the semicolon. And that's it. So the template literal will now use whatever result we get from this operator. So that's either gonna be travel or swim. And then it assembles that result into the final string. So let's check this. And I like to swim. And if I change it to 23, I like to travel. Once more, the conditional operator works just fine. Great. So I hope that makes sense. I know that especially this part here can be a little bit confusing for beginners. So take a minute to really understand what happens here. And always keep in mind the concept of operator and of expression. Just watch the previous video, which is something that produces a value. And thanks to that, we can then put that value here in this placeholders, okay, in the template literal. Good. Now, to finish, I just want to mention that the ternary operator is not used as a replacement of if-else statement. We still need if-else all the time. For example, when we have bigger blocks of code that we need to execute based on condition, in that case, the ternary operator is not gonna work. But the ternary operator is perfect when we just need to take a quick decision. For example, like this one. And that's especially true in place where JavaScript really expects an expression, just like here in this template literals. Okay? So here we could not use an if-else statement, and so the ternary operator really comes to our rescue here. So I think you can understand that this one is really, really important. So make sure that you absolutely understand how it works. And once you understand, then let's move onto the final video of this section, which is yet another coding challenge for you to see if you did actually understand how the conditional or ternary operator works. So the coding challenge 4 is this one. Asdin wants to build a very simple type calculator for whenever he goes eating in a restaurant. In his country, it is usual to tip 15% if the bill value is between 50 and 300. If the value is different, the tip is 20%. Here is your different task and test data, and of course what you need to use in the hints. Try it. And now when I finish this, as I said, maybe when I finish this section, I will put all the solution of different challenge in the GitHub. Okay, as I said previous, maybe, yeah, but I don't want to make it very quick because to give you some time. Maybe in the next, the end of section 2, maybe to see if you have resolved all this problem. And if you have finished any challenge, you can send me an email to contact or Faisal Lean Practice and Share to see your solution. I hope that you have understand this concept of ternary operator. See you in this video, inshallah. To finish this section, I think it is the latest video. And to continue, of course, to start a new section in JavaScript. So understand all this concept very, very well, please, before to jump to the next section. It's very, very important to understand all of them. It is very basic because the next one will be advanced. We start with the fundamental, but advanced feature in JavaScript. So I hope again that you have understand. Don't worry if it doesn't the case. Just rewatch and practice until you will be familiar with all this basic concept. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please, Faisal Azib, and to click in the bell to receive all new videos, and to follow me on Instagram, tips.winners and Faisal.Chico, Telegram, Lean Practice and Share. I tell you goodbye. Wassalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.